here he is. Here's Ralph. He's tiny. He's not finished. I gave up.
Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be?
Hello. Happy Black Friday. That's when I'm filming this, the day after Thanksgiving, because I don't go out and shop on Black Friday because it's peoply out there. And there's no sale that's worth me going out and being with those people. There's just not one sale, not a one. So I stay home and I do everything from my phone and no people. As you can see, I've Christmased out here. It's obnoxious. I think we all expected that, except for this blank Christmas tree. We're going to talk about that. We're not there yet, though. Just hold on. Hold your horses, and then we'll talk about this tree. I first wanted to thank all of y'all who have been checking on me. I'm okay. Life is hard. That's all I can tell you. My mom is okay. Every day is hard. Every day is a challenge. Emotionally, physically, it's just hard. I'm not going to cry for y'all. I'm going to do bright, cheery things and be a little bit dark and sadistic about the holidays here today, because that's just where my heart is this year. Happy, but not. All of that rolled up into one. And so we're going to talk about that. So since last we saw each other, I have just lost my Cro-Jo. Also, you might hear children out there. It's the holidays, so both of my kids are taunting each other and the dogs. So you're going to hear people. I apologize for that, but I'm so glad to have my babies home for a little bit and we have a little bit of downtime, because y'all, we've been running and gunning so much here lately because my daughter is the social butterfly of the family. We call her Mini Mary Sue because she is just like my mother. She loves to be with people. She has to be with people or she just fades and wilts. So we have a lot of play dates. There's so many of them, and she's in more activities than anyone had ever hoped or dreamed for. I really mean that. None of us hoped or dreamed this would happen, but she does keep us busy. And my son, he just is like me. He likes to be at home with a television and a phone in his hand. Between all of these people, and my mom's therapy, and then my husband being home, we're just doing more, and so I have less time, a whole lot less time, and that is truly a struggle for me and getting to film and do everything that I want to do. So thank you for being patient, and I apologize. And for those of you that stuck around and continue to check on me, thank you so much. Keep doing that. If I disappear, keep checking on me. You need to do that. But we're okay. I have completely lost my Cro-Jo though. Absolutely all of it. I can't look at yarn. I can barely look at a hook and feel like I want to touch that, because I don't want to touch any of it. I just don't have any Cro-Jo. I'm going to show you some of the things that I did before the Cro-Jo was just gone, like it is right now. And it'll come back. We're just not there yet. My mind just needs to settle down a little bit. It's just off in another world, worrying about all kinds of other things, and I can't count and plan colors and plan ideas at all. None. No amount of Snoop is going to help me, which, by the way, I need to get that. Un momento, por favor. I'm back with a metal cup that says, ain't no hood like motherhood. Truth, there ain't no hood like that. And look, Snoop is adorned for the holidays. I made this last year, and I was going to make like a little snowflake to put here on the front, but then I got tired, so now it's just a naked bottle, but this is Snoop in here. And if I weren't lazy, I'd take it out of there, but I don't want to redo that ball thing. This is a great gift to give somebody, making them up a wine bottle holder and sticking Snoop in it and gift it to somebody during the holidays. What I like to do is any house I go to, I take Snoop and I leave it for the next time I go and I have the wine I like. That also works because usually they just think it's a joke. They don't realize that's some pretty decent wine. So I get to have it next time I go. Just a little idea for you. It's worked out for me at 3 houses so far. So I say give it a go. Take the wine you like. If it's Snoop, yay you. If it's not, I understand. I forgive you. And just leave it there as a gift. Usually they get so much wine they never drink it. And then the next time you go, you can drink it. I just had some at a birthday party a couple of weeks ago. I left it there for them. They were serving it at another party, but that was the wine I took. I wasn't offended because I got to drink my wine. Now I got myself this. This is completely me and y'all also because there are benefits to this for y'all. I don't think I've told a lot of you, but I also write, and on my personal Facebook, I can't let all of y'all on that because I say some weird stuff and we need to keep that private. So please know I care about you, but you can't all be there. Because some of that stuff, y'all don't need to know that, you know, okay? I care, but you can't. But one of the things that a lot of my friends enjoy that's weird that I do every year is we have elves. I was one of the stupid parents that did that for their children. I, in some ways, really regret that. On the positive side, my elves brought a lot of joy to other people, adults, because I created scenes and storylines, and I did that every day for 10 years. That was both wonderful and awful all at one time because I'd have to write the stories early in the morning because I'd get it all together before my kids woke up. I still don't know if they know the elves or me. I'm not positive. I think they do, but I think they're trying to not let me know they know. But last year I was like, I can't keep up with these bloody elves anymore. My elves were naughty. I will just tell you all that. And I don't think that comes as a surprise to you after watching me for a little bit. If you have, my elves are not good elves. They looked harmless to my children, but there was always a backstory, and I'd write that every year for my friends. And I mean, these were some in-depth stories that I wrote, and all of my people had come to appreciate my stories. This year, there's not going to be any stories, but to make up for that, we will have fun, or at least that's my hope. I got myself this. It's Snoop on a stoop to replace my elves, because I had a boy elf and a girl elf, Kaylee Gingerbutt and Giant Elvin, and now I have Snoop on a stoop. Here he is. He has a chain. It is an elastic gold band that's holding this little metal, I'm assuming gold-plated emblem of SD, Snoop Dogg. And he's wearing a t-shirt with himself in his blue suit that he wore at the Super Bowl. I think it was 2 years ago. He's wearing a shirt of himself, his hat with his cute little braids, and he has sunglasses, as all elves should. His shirt can come off, but then he's just in a red suit. I think he looks better with an image of himself. And if he doesn't, I have clothes. I can change him into other things. Like I said, I created stories. I mean, these were like telenovelas. Is that what they were? Is that the Spanish love stories that they have, the soap operas like that? I created those with elves and other toys around my house for 10 years. You do start to run low on tails, but now I have this guy. It can get real bad with him. But I figured we needed something to go with my other Snoop. Be looking for this guy and stuff, because you'll probably see him in things. Or just peeking out in videos. He'll be here. You're welcome now. I know y'all are just dying for this. Because I've been wanting Snoop on a stoop for a long time. Now I need ranch on a branch. Did y'all know that? There's a bottle of ranch dressing that's ranch on a branch. And I really want that one too. If any of y'all see that, tell me. I'll add that to my collection. Because that's cool. Or just weird. This video is going to be long. I'm probably going to break it up into 2 videos. So you'll get one this week and one next week. Which actually, next week is my birthday week. I'm going to be 35 plus 14. I'm really not happy about it because I'm the person who cries on their birthday when they get older. On my 21st birthday, my friends found me hiding in a closet crying because I couldn't break any more laws at that age. I was legal to do everything that I was doing. That just broke my soul. I did the same thing when I was 30. I was real sad when I hit that 30 mark. When I hit 35 plus 5, I had LASIK surgery. That's what you do at that age. You don't cry anymore. You fix the stuff that's broken. So I did that. This will be my last year in my 35 plus 14s. Last year in those. I am a little sad about that. I'm not ready to hit that big 50-cent mark. Not ready for it, but it's coming. Zach hits it first. I figure he's gonna test it out for me and then let me know how it goes. He usually does a lot better than me. I'm always a little jealous of that, but he almost always does. It's an irritating factor about that man. He usually always comes out unscathed. I break stuff. But I'm gonna let Zach try it out and then tell me how it goes. I don't have high hopes at all. So let me show you the few things that I have accomplished before I completely lost my Cro-Jo. One of them is, you will see back here, this obnoxious stocking. That's one of them. I really enjoyed doing this pattern. It came out a whole lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I found some uses for some of my obnoxious yarn that I had. It was this. This is a pattern by, I'm going to put the link down in the description because I can't make out what this is. It's all letters. It's not a word, but it's a good pattern. She did a good job. I really enjoyed making it, and I was able to stay going without getting really upset and frustrated. It held my interest because I like things that kind of change. And this is tapestry crochet, so I was able to do that. And I really loved this pattern. You do not have to do obnoxious like I did. That is not a requirement. You can do red and green and cream and normal colors. You don't have to be like this. This kind of explains my frame of mind at the moment. Obnoxious and then barfy green. Those two, and then we have a middle ground of white. It's just barf, obnoxious, and bland. Something I really like that she did in this pattern is, because this is tapestry crochet, you are having to do the slip stitch crochet one at the end of each round, which will make you have a line in your work. There's just no getting around it. You're going to have a line. But she planned this really well. That's why there's a pocket right here. Here's the line for that part of the stocking. So it goes right up here, and then you put your pocket on. But this pocket covers it. And I just now noticed there's supposed to be a button right here, and I forgot to sew it on. But there's gonna be a button there, and then you can seal up whatever you decide to put in there real good. This is the foot line, and then you'll make your heel, and then you'll start up with the top of the stocking. You won't see the line on the foot part, but as you're working up, the line will come across your work. So she ingeniously just gave it a pocket. I thought that was really smart because she's hiding seams like I like to hide seams. And I thought, girl, if it's a girl, I'm assuming it's a girl. It's probably a girl. It's like, girl, I get you. Smart move. I like that. But I'll be sure and put a link to that stocking down below. Didn't take me a long time. And this is worsted yarn. The white yarn is, I love this yarn from Hobbii Lobby. The hot pink is, I love this yarn from Hobbii Lobby. But the green is Brava yarn from We Crochet. Now let's talk about what's absolutely killing me right now. This is a pillow cover. This is one side of it. I've already done the front side. Normally, I can make a blanket in a week. I've been working on this for 3 weeks. Just this for 3 weeks, because I come down and I see it in the morning and I'm like, I ain't got time for you. I don't like you. Why I don't like it, I don't know. So I really like this stitch. This is the lemon peel stitch, which is double crochet, then a single crochet, double crochet, single crochet all the way through. And then the next row back, you reverse it. I really love the stitch. I think it's so pretty because I just didn't want a plain old double crochet stitch. I wanted to be extra. So this is extra, and it's gray, and it won't end. I hate this thing. But the other piece of it, the front of it, I really do like. Let me show you that part. Now remember, I like obnoxious. Remember that when you see this. Always remember that if it's obnoxious, I'm there for that. Okay? So don't judge me, is what I'm saying to you. Shh. If you've got a judgment, shh. I don't want to hear it. But I think it's cute. It is this. This is Mosiac Crochet, and it is a Christmas tree. pillowcase, and it's got these little stars and stuff. And I use my retro yarn for this, and I love it. I think it's really pretty, but I just hate the backside. I hate it so much. And this is taking forever. Maybe I'll finish it by New Year's. I don't know. And you would think I would start something new, but I already have 2 other things and I don't want to work on them either. So no, I'm not going to start on anything new until I finish this darn gray blob and get it put together around a pillow. The gray blob is already massively wider than the other one. See? It's like an inch bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat it like sewing that I don't know how to do really well, but I know they have seams. So I'm going to sew this on the inside and try to take up like 1/2 inch on each side so it'll be better. That's how I'm going to fix my oops. I use the exact same stitch count for both of these pieces, and one is like an inch wider. That is really irritating. I did play with my colors a little bit so that they kind of did the gradient the way I wanted them to, but this is another really good pattern, and it is by One Skein of Love Crafts. And I've done another one of her patterns, I believe. What it was, I don't know, but I think this is the second one of hers I've done. If you have ever tried Mosaic crochet or you want to try Mosaic crochet, this is a good one to give a shot. This isn't too detailed. The back of it, I'm making up. She only gives you the pattern for the front. The back side, she actually uses a piece of fabric and sews this onto fabric. But I don't have fabric and I don't want to learn how to sew. So I'm not going to do that. But I made a back piece that I hate to go with this. But something I did buy that's going to be real cute. Now this is what I got to make this even more obnoxious, because this isn't enough. Neon yarn and gray, just gray, ugly gray yarn wasn't all that I needed it to be. We needed more. So I got these pom-poms to sew in the corners. They're obnoxious too. They're smaller balls than I thought they were going to be. These are pom-poms like you use on hats, and I thought this was a giant ball. I thought it was going to be a bigger ball than this, but it's not a bigger ball. But it'll be a big enough ball to go here on each of the corners, and I just thought this was going to be kind of cute. I got these off of Amazon. If you're a person who likes to make hats and you don't really want to trust someone else with picking out the yarn you want to use, ask them to get you balls for Christmas, fuzzy balls. That'll throw them off. And you can ask them to make them colors. Blue, pink, I don't know. You know where I was going with that, right? You can't go wrong with the ball. Right? Now the next thing I made that made me question all my life choices was me thinking I was going to finish one of the intentions I set for myself this year. I've already made the 2 blankets. They weren't the blankets I meant to make, but I also said I wanted to make all the animals out of Pica Pau 3 this year. I haven't even come close. Not even half. Maybe a third. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the number is now, but it's not close to being 18. I know that because I think there's 18 characters in the book. But I thought I needed to do another one. And there was one I thought, you are going to be amazing for the holidays. You are perfect. But I didn't want to do her colors. I wanted to do holiday colors. So I had these colors picked out. And then when I saw them together, I was like, that's awful. Those are terrible colors for you, Guy. And so I didn't do those colors. So then I chose other colors and I thought, this is going to work. And then I got them done and I thought, this is awful. These are terrible colors on you, Guy. But I was tired. This is when the Cro-Jo was dying a very quick death. And they died on this guy. It's a polar bear. In her pattern, he doesn't look anything like Christmas. I wanted him to look like the Coca-Cola polar bears from the Coca-Cola commercials from the 80s and 90s. I wanted him to kind of resemble that. But I don't know if I did that. I think these were bad color choices. I basically did like the light pink and the green, and then I thought, let's do those same colors but darker, and it'll put more emphasis in these colors by going darker on those same tones. It didn't do that. And then I was thinking, his head is so small. It is just so tiny, and he is stuffed in these breeches. I had to keep adding more stitches and more rows because I don't know what happened between this yarn and this yarn. The hooks were the same, everything was the same, but this boy was not fitting in these breeches. He obviously had already been snacking on Christmas candy. I had to sew these in place because his gut was pulling them down. I don't want to hurt his feelings, but he was a little heavy. He's a little too big for his britches. And so then I thought, I can make this better by adding more to him. But then I was like, to add more to him, I'm going to have to do more. I didn't want to do more. I'd done enough with this guy trying to pull these pants on him. I was like, this is all you're getting from me, fella. And it was all he got from me. I've later thought about maybe adding some snowflakes on his pants. And then I thought, that's not going to look right. And then I thought I can get him a little beret. I didn't want to make that. Then I thought a scarf, but he doesn't have a neck. When people don't have necks, adding scarves is not the right way to go. So I was like, he's just going to be a massive polar bear in little bitty breeches. And I don't like him much. In the book, she has named him Horatio. Does that look like a Horatio to you? No. This is not a Horatio. This is Paul. Tall Paul. Annette Funicello. I just watched a Disney thing the other day and it made me think of that. So, Tall Paul is a fluffy Paul? Polar bear? I don't know. Just boring. Blah. Like him. I don't think he's an exciting guy. This is not the guy you would invite to your Christmas parties for fun. No. He wants to stay at home and watch fishing shows or golf. That's who this guy is. I don't like him. Sorry. Now, a few weeks ago, I also told y'all that I had gotten a new book. And it's this book, the Muppets book. And this is by Drew Hill. And Drew also has another book out. I think it's like Magical Critters Creations, something like that. That was his first book. I know he's on YouTube and Instagram, Drewby Zoo. I really like him. But I don't know if I love the book a whole lot. I hate it when I say that. I don't like hurting anybody's feelings. I thought these guys were going to be bigger. I started making one. This is when the decline around the same time as Paul was going on. I was working on one of these guys. I just couldn't figure it out. I'm going to be honest. I don't know whether it's because of where my head is, because that's very possible. This could be a complete Cindy problem, or if it's the instructions weren't really clear because there's not as many pictures as I would like to see in a book like this because of these mouths. These kinds of mouths, you do need some photos to kind of help you figure out where things are going. And when you look at the pictures and what you're making, you're going to notice the ones on these covers or in the pictures are not what you're making. They're not. This is an AI. This isn't an AI issue. It's just that I think he doubled the pattern for the photos compared to what you're making because the rows do not add up with what you're doing because I've counted them. That's why I know this. What's in the pictures is not what you're making. They're smaller, much smaller than I thought they were going to be. So let me show you what I got done. It's in here. Now this was my favorite Muppet character because I have a thing for dogs. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but I love dogs. I love them a whole lot. And when I was a kid, this one was my favorite because he could play the piano and sing. A dog that could play the piano and sing. Do I need to go further? No. Rolf. Rolf was my favorite. Here he is. Here's Rolf. He's tiny. He's not finished. I gave up. Here's his face. This is where I stopped because this is when the mouth issue started happening. And what I need to do is I need to go back and look at other patterns in this book to see if there's photos of them and the mouth issue. But I stopped here because I was like, boy, I'm just done with you. But I did get, I did sew his legs on. Oh, no, I didn't. No, those are his arms and they're crocheted in. That's the only reason that's done. And then here's his legs. I finished all the parts. Do you see what I mean? He's little. He's not big. This is not a big character. I thought they were going to be bigger. In the book, they look bigger. And in a way I understand because the bigger things get, it's harder to add details. But these they're different. They're just different. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't looked at this book in over a month, so I can't tell you everything about the book, whether it's great or not. I can tell you that I am a little frustrated. I wish there were more pictures. Overall, I think these characters are really great compared to some crochet Muppets that you see. They're not all very good. A lot of them aren't at all very good. So these actually look really decent. He's put in a lot of time. I just wish there were more photos to help with this stupid mouth. And I don't have the patience for that right now. So Rolf is in here. Do y'all remember the Friends episode? And Joey and Rachel were reading a book, and the book upset Joey. I think it was Little Women, and it upset him because Joe was fixing to die in the book, and he put it in the freezer because he couldn't handle it. I'm probably going to have to put him in the freezer because I can't handle it right now. I can't figure out that guy's mouth. And it's upsetting me and frustrating me, and rather than deal with it, I'm gonna put it in the freezer, like Joey did the book. That's my coping skill right now. Freezer. And then while I'm in there, I'm probably gonna grab some ice cream. So let me tell y'all now about the things that I had planned to make. There were a lot. Everything here. I was gonna make everything here. Let me show you what I was gonna put on there. Balls. I was gonna put balls on there. But I was going to crochet on these balls. And I was going to do a combination of crocheted balls. I should probably start saying ornaments, right? I shouldn't call everything a ball, but that's what these are, balls. That are ornaments. Is that right? I don't know. But I was going to do two sizes. I was going to do middle ball, bigger ball. I could probably do a baby ball, but it's kind of pointless to do a baby ball, you know? Middle balls, big balls, that's enough. And I was gonna use the patterns from Brianna K Designs, the little wheat stitch that she has out right now. And she also has another one that she's done a couple years ago. And then MJ Designs has a really cute granny stitch one. I was gonna do those with this yarn. This is all my Advent calendar yarn from Yarn Yay last year, and this is nice, pretty good yarn. And if I made clothes or something, this would be good for that. But I don't want to make clothes out of my yarn. I don't really want to make anything out of my yarn, but I'm going to try to make balls out of them, or covers for my balls. These are like the retro, obnoxious holiday colors. And I think we can see why I chose them. And so I was going to do these colors on my balls and put on my tree for my Advent this year versus using all my MJ Designs Advent stuff from last year. So I have all of these that I did last year. If I get tired of making my balls, I can just put my mittens in my balls or my stockings up there. So then I can have hands and balls and socks. That again sounds bad, but I can put that up there in the meantime. But I took all my numbers off of these because I put them on backwards last year, and I was going to redo it this year. But if I'm not going to put those on and I'm going to make new balls to go up there, I'm not going to waste my time putting my numbers on these things. I'm going to waste my time winding up all this yarn and making these balls. That's a long story to tell you that I don't want to put those on the tree this year. I'm going to try to motivate myself to put something else on the tree, though today is November 29th. December 1st is my Sunday. I'm already behind. So, will it happen? Probably not. So I'm probably just going to have a blank tree up here unless I put the hands and socks up there without the balls. If I want to put the numbers on there. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I never intended to make anything with what I'm fixing to show you. I just wanted to see what was in the bags. And I wanted it because it was Toni Lipsy and her mother that did it. I bought the Hobbii Advent thing this year. Really and truly, I know it's going to be clothes or scarves or shawls and I don't want that. Or hats. No, I don't want any of those things. I wanted what's in the bags because I just wanted to see what they were going to get. There they are. My love of Toni shines once more because I love her. I do. I love Toni and her mother. I'm not going to open them now. We're going to do this, if I can get my stuff together, throughout December. And there's 4 bags. I don't know how you decide how long a bag lasts. I'm guessing there's a bag per week. I'll find out December 1st when I get to scan my QR code. So I treated myself to that. Then y'all, I treated myself to something else I'm probably not going to do. I'm excited. I think this one's really cool. And this I have to thank Sonnet at Sonnet Silence because she did some of the artwork for this. And it is by Holly Jolly Yarns. I think it's a one-woman yarn company. And she created a whole advent calendar, but it's based off of a book. It's kind of like one of those things where you make a decision each day and that helps you determine what you're gonna do, whether you're gonna choose a certain color or make a certain thing or do a certain stitch. Isn't that cool? And Sonnet did some of the graphic art for this. And so I wanted to support Sonnet, and she had done this calendar last year and loved it. And I didn't want to do Crochet Society this year, so I was like, that'll be my big ticket item for myself this year. That is on its way. I know it has shipped. It just hasn't gotten here yet, but when it does, I can't wait to show y'all that. Will I do it? I don't know, but I think it's going to be really cool. This is an advent that I'm not going to have to do a darn thing for it that I'm really excited about too. Hold on. I think most of y'all know that I have a slight addiction and great love for Moriah Elizabeth, and she has a YouTube channel and she paints squishies and it's just art, but she's funny. I love her. And she has a good personality and she's bright and positive and snarky. Those are my people. I just love her creativity, and my daughter and I, that is our thing. We love Mariah. We watch Mariah videos. We have a massive Mariah plushie collection. We have bought a lot of Mariah stuff. She just released this new thing that she's never done before, and I was lucky enough that I saw the email come out right away and I got it, and it's her advent calendar. This is the coolest advent calendar ever, and this is going to be her creations. This back part opens up, and this is like her studio. This is her backdrop when she films, and then when she does her unboxings and stuff, she sits on this blue couch. This is a table where she sits and she films her videos. But isn't that neat? I just thought that was so cool. My daughter was so excited because I don't keep secrets real good, so I was like, girl, you and me, we're gonna do this. We'll probably start December 1st versus waiting until like 12 days before Christmas because we have zero chill, especially for this girl. We love her so much. Also, she had another drop today on Black Friday. Did I buy it? Yes. Am I sorry? No. Do I spend too much on that? Yes. But I'm working through things, and plushies and mail helps. I get surprises, but I bought something that made me feel better at the moment. Yay! I have several things to keep me busy to do stuff if I wanted to. Will I want to do it? Probably not. But I'm going to have it for a later date if I change my mind. So that's cool, I think. Or it's just a waste of money and just more stuff to find a spot for, because if you could see on the other side of this camera, this room's a mess because I still have all the stools. Some of y'all have asked if we're still going to do the stools. Yes. There's another fundraiser for my mom's charity that happens in March or April, I think. We're going to do that again. We're going to get the stools ready and try to do the auction then. It's just easier if they already have an auction site for me to put stuff on. That's what I'm waiting for, because since it's a charity, I need the money to go to them, not to me, to make it look like my income, you know? Do you understand where I'm saying? It's legality. That's what I'm waiting for. Is once I have all that together, then we'll make that happen. But the stools that I did earlier this year are still going to be for sale. I still have some of y'all's flowers. When I have the motivation to do things again, we're going to be using those for stuff. When will that be? I don't know. But I think that's the end of today's video. We're going to stop here. I'm going to do the second part to this video. I'm going to be wearing the same shirt. I'm not changing today because I don't want to change today. So my next video is going to be stuff to get for those of you who maybe have lost your Cro-Jo, or you don't want people to buy you yarn because they screw it up and they get you the wrong stuff. So these are options for them to get you instead of that. Will they be different? Yes. I'm not going to let you down. Don't you worry. But thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time here on the Rumi Mill. Bye.